and welcome to C++ multiplication timetable. So let me show you guys how this works. I can click on reset, enter 9, click on multiplication sign, reset, enter whatever in there. The system refuses it. Now enter a value to be multiplied, click on multiplication, and that is it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into C++ development environment, and we put one of these together. Let's do that now, guys. Hi, and welcome to a C++ tutorial of a timetable. So I'm going to start by clicking on create new, and let's select CLR empty project. If you don't have your CLR empty project.net here, all you need to do is come right here, select C++, and here select Windows. Then right here you should be able to see your CLR empty project framework.net framework. Click on next, and let's give our project a name. I'm going to call it CPP times table, and that's fine. Click on create. Now that my development environment is ready, I'm going to click on the property here. That's the property. Click on that, and right here, once this dialog pops up, you see where we have configuration manager. We want to change the configuration manager to 64-bit if you have 64-bit. So I'm going to change that to 64-bit, and this should be 64-bit as well. There, let's close that and come right here where we have configuration property, and now let's change the linker. Click on the linker, select system. See where we have subsystem? Let's change that to Windows subsystem Windows. There. Now the next action will be to click on advanced. Right up here where we have enter point, let's change that to main. Good. So click on apply and then click on OK. Now the next step for us is right click on the name of your project and let's select add new item, and this pops up. So in here I'm going to select, you can select UI or select CLR. The choice is yours. UI does have window form and CLR also has window form, so I'm going to just settle for CLR, and then the name I'm going to leave it as myform.h and click on add. Once that is done, we need to add some other lines of code to take care of this error, and to do that, let's go straight into this forum here. In this forum, I'm going to copy these lines of code we have in here. This forum actually covers how to create your own form. I will include the URL of this forum on the description area. So minimize that and double click on myform.cpp, and right underneath here, the lines of code that I've just copied, I'm going to enter it in there. We do have an error. That's to do with the naming, so I need to change the name to my project name, which is CPP timetable. There we go. The error should disappear now. As you can see, the error is gone. That is good. So if I click on run, I should be able to see the form. You just see the form now. The system is compiling, and there we go. That's the form. But the problem is I won't be able to see this form in the solution or on the solution area. So let's close that. I'll take you straight to the solution area. You see the form is not there. So what we need to do is to close this very project and reopen it. It's more or less like we're refreshing it all. So I'm going to close it. So click on close, and there we go. There guys, so to reopen it, I'm going to double click on my project there, and there we go. The project is now coming up there guys, and right here if you can see, that is the form itself. So if I double click on that now, there we go, that's the form. So let's get on with the creation of this multiplication timetable. So just drag your form that much, I think that will do, and come right here where we have the toolbox. Let's come right here. We need a button. We have a button. Maybe add 2 more buttons. Now I'm going to then look for the list box there. Double click on that, double click on label, and I also need a text box there. So I have all the components that I need for this system to work. Alright, those are the buttons. I'm going to select it all and let's increase the size, the font size really. Let's come right down here. And just for your information, this tutorial is at the request of a beginner, and for your information, this tutorial will also be very ideal for new beginners, those who are new into programming with C++. Okay, so that is my list box, and that's the text box. That's where I'm going to enter the numbers to be multiplied. Right, and here these 2 buttons, I think we can even make it 3. Hold on to the control, click and drag. So now let's give all of them a name. So this very first one, I'm going to change the name of this very button here. Let's change that to multiply. Or multiplication. Yeah, that will do. Alright, that's fine. And the other button, this one is going to be known as reset. And let's change the name, the variable name, to btn reset. There. This is going to be known as exit. btn exit. And change the text name to exit. There we go. Let's give it enough room. What's the size of this? Okay, you can always reduce it anyway. So just change the size. I want the size to be even. That's good. Okay, put this one right here and this one here, and drag this right down. There we go. Okay, my text box, put the text box here and here. That is just going to be the title for the text box. Enter a number, or enter, yeah, number is fine. Enter a number. Alright, that's number to be multiplied. Okay, that's good. That's good enough. So what we then want to do now is, let's change this name to txt timetable. txt timetable. And this one will be btn multiply. Well, we can just say mult. Alright, so they are all fine now. Okay, that's good. So this is going to be LST timetable. Okay. Now, let's double click on the multiplication button, and I'm going to minimize this. And right in here, the first thing that I want to do is I am going to say, let's create some variable. So the first one, I'm going to call it A. A would be for the results. That would be more or less like answer. Then we have Q, we have T there, and underneath I'm going to use try catch. There we go. So right in there inside my try catch, I'm going to say T equals, let's convert, enter convert, because the text content that will go inside T is of numeric value. So I'm going to say int, let's go for int 64, and the text content is from txt times table dot text. There, txt timetable dot text. Oh, that should be dash text. All right, now that's taken care of. However, I also want to clear my table or the list box. So let's say dash items dash clear. Alright, so whatever item we have there in there, we have to clear it first. Now underneath, I'm going to use a for Q that will be equals 1, the very first value, comma, and Q is going to be less than and equals to 12. Then right here I'm going to say Q should be incremented, so Q plus plus, come out of it, enter curly braces. Now that is taken care of, let's say A, that will be equals Q multiplied by T. T is the content that we have in the text box, and Q, that is the loop, for loop, and end that. Now let's say LST table dash items okay, we want it to add data for us. Then we say Q plus speech mark plus T, and I'm going to enter another plus, then I want speech mark, enter equals, and plus the end result or the last result. So that is the content that will go straight into the list box, and that's it. So all I then need to do here is to use cache, and that would be exception ex. So now let's display a message. So let's say message box, do that again, Might as well type it out. Message box, that would be column, show the following message. And what is the following message that I wanted to show? I'm just gonna say ex dash message. That will be my very first argument. Then I'm just going to enter either timetable or whatever for my second argument. Timetable or multiplication, that's it. Then I'm going to enter another comma, and this time around the third argument, that will be for a button dash. No, that will be column, because we use selecting the method here. There, comma, move it up a little bit. Then we want message box icon there, right there. Column, I'm just going to call it information. There we go. Once that is done, I now have to, let's just clear my list box. Do I have a cleared list box here? Yeah, I do. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to say this dash list box, get it cleared. So let's take care of the text box as well. This dash clear equals, that is fine. However, I would like to set focus here once it's cleared. So let's grab this underneath there, and I'll just say set focus and enter parenthesis and a semicolon. There we go. Okay, the next thing for us to do is to take care of the reset. So I'm going to copy this, and let's come right here, just double click on reset and just paste that right there for the reset. That is care of that. And finally, let's take care of the exit. Double click on exit. In the case of exit, we can just enter application, column, exit, and there, that is it. So let's run our project now. So I'm going to show you guys the lines of code again. That's the multiplication lines of code from here, and take it right down here. Okay, and this is for the reset, and that is exit. I believe I've answered your question, my man. Like I said, this is a very good tutorial for beginners, so let's run it and just see how that works. It's coming up. There we go. Look at that. Alright, enter a value in there. Let's say 4. There we go. Reset. And we have 7 there. Reset. And let's enter invalid character in there. That is not allowed. So we should just say yes and use one of those. So let's come back in here. You see here, I'm going to change that to okay. Yeah, that should be okay. So that's fine. Now run it again. Coming up. There we go. Enter value in there. There. Enter whatever in there. That's not allowed. Clear. Enter 7. There we go. And that's how you create your own multiplication timetable in C++. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it and you all have a nice day now. Bye for now.